I think we're all mic'd up. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the PageTurners podcast. I'm your host, Ananya Bathija, and today I'm here with my best friend, Anisha.
Hi!
Yay! We've got our water.
And our matching outfits.
Oh, yes. We have navy blue tops and our gray sweats. And we've got our lippies, too. So we're all ready. And, of course, obviously, books. We're so excited to talk today about loads of things, but let's start with our current reads. So I don't have one right now, but I know you do.
Okay, so Ananya just got me into the Shadow Me series. I'm not a big romance reader. I've always been more of a historical fiction fantasy reader, as you know.
Yes.
But I just started it, and I read 2 books in the span of 3 hours. Like, Destroy Me and Shadow Me, technically. So let's just say I'm really into it.
That's how you know it's a good book.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've had that I had to skip a couple scenes and not used to a lot of the romance, but
Yeah,
I am
get
really
that.
enjoying it, though.
I think I should be starting Defy Me. I already have it there ready for me to read, but I've been in the biggest slump recently, so...
I know what you mean.
I will get to it, though. I feel like that series always has somehow gotten me out of my slumps.
That's
it's
so
happened
real.
multiple times.
Yeah.
And
It's like an out-of-slump book. That's
literally.
it. Yeah.
And I feel like they're also really compact and short too, which is one of my big things I need for me to get out of a slump.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the main topic of the day.
Okay.
Which is why should one read and what are the benefits of reading? So something that kind of inspired this topic was this newspaper clipping. Essentially a 2-decade survey shows us how Americans have lost their interest in reading.
I definitely have noticed that some people are starting to read less. And I feel like that really started during COVID.
Yes.
When I was 9 when COVID first started. I'm 15 now, but I was 9 when COVID first started. So everyone started getting phones when it started, and social media came, and people just stopped kind of reading. I always managed to keep up my reading, but so many people just stopped reading.
Yeah.
And I think I'll talk more about that later, but I feel like, that's just...
And a lot of people normally get their books from the library, whether it's a school library, public library, and that people didn't really have access to during that time.
Yeah, and I feel like where we live, we don't have many public... I can think of one public library, but I don't actually think I've been there before.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
We don't have access to as many libraries as they do in the US or in other places around the world that we don't live in.
Yeah, that's just really sad. And I think that through this podcast, we can help so many people kind of bring back that love for reading.
No, 100%.
I'm really hoping for that.
I'm so excited. Thank you for having me.
So happy to be having you on here. It's going to be so fun. Our first question is, what got you into reading?
Okay, so reading's been a really big part of my life for, my whole life. And when I was a baby, my mom used to read me picture books, storybooks. Honestly, since I was first born, we would always have such a connection over books. We would talk about storylines, characters, emotions. I feel like I got transformed into a different world, which I think is what I love so much. It was like an escape.
Yeah.
Not an escape in the way that my life was bad or anything, but an escape as in I could go to this fantastical world, which there were fairies and monsters and, goblins, all these places that I really wanted to be in. And it taught me empathy, taught me so many different skills, but I think it also gave me a relationship with my mom, which I really loved.
Yeah.
And over the years, we have so many books at home. I'm sure you see my bookshelf, my own bookshelf. We had a billion books at home. And when I was 8, so you and 9, right, my mom started a book club, which I know you're a part of.
That was so much fun.
Basically we read Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
And then we read Max Einstein and so many other books, and I learned to connect with others you over reading, which I felt was such an amazing kind of journey. And I think also I was at school for a really long time here, and I'm a highly sensitive person, so it would be very, very loud during lunchtime. So I always found that the library was not an escape, but a bit of just a sanctuary where I could sit there and not be disturbed by what I was reading. And it was a really big thing for me.
No, that's so true. I feel like what's so special to me about reading is, the fact that it's been there with me since I was so young. I still remember my first book with no pictures. It was literally called The Book with No Pictures. That book literally changed my life because I remember I used to love picture books. And I was quite averse to books with no pictures, but that book really introduced me to, not have, chapter books.
Yeah.
And since then, I've just been such an avid reader. I've been obsessed with reading, and that hasn't left me my entire life.
That's so
which
cool.
is so special.
That's honestly so special. I feel like it was always the opposite for me because I would hate books with pictures. There was something so boring. I can get bored very easily, and there was something a little bit boring about pictures because I felt okay, I see a picture, I see a couple words, but I just want to hear more of the words, and that's the pictures.
I'm not gonna lie, you're actually right about that. I haven't thought about that, but now that I think about it, I feel like words tell us so much that pictures can't.
It's people say a picture tells 1,000 words. I feel like sometimes I need those words.
Yeah.
I need the words to explain to me.
I think you're so right about that. Because it goes deeper than what you see on the surface.
Yeah, like if you saw a picture of us, right, that's one thing. But if you knew about our history, who we are, it's just so much, I feel like it's so much more interesting.
Yeah, a lot more intricate. You can learn a lot more. Just a lot more special, a lot more to connect to there. So what were your favorite childhood reads?
It's a Harry Potter series. And Harry Potter Keeper of Lost Cities, which Ananya and I had a serious Keeper of Lost City phase.
They're on my top shelf for a reason.
It was a Harry Potter Keeper of Lost Cities. Trust me, it's like it was a full thing. We were baking Keeper of Lost City treats.
Yes.
With, like,
what were they called?
We made, oh my god,
Mallow-Mouths?
Can we do that again?
Snickerdoodles?
We should do a vlog of us making
We're
Mallow-Mouths.
gonna do that, guys, okay?
I'll come soon. But that was a big thing. Land of Stories, I love Land of Stories series. And I feel like after that I got in a bit of a slump. I mean, obviously there's so many other books, but I feel like there also aren't that many books available for that kind of young adult. It's a bit of an awkward phase, and I feel like I started reading so young. I was reading Harry Potter at like age of 5, 6, and I was reading them in days. I was reading the whole series. So trust me, I was reading them really fast, which meant that I was a bit like, when am I going to read next? I don't know, I feel like those are some of my favorite books. How about you? What were some of your favorite books of that?
Actually, pretty much the same thing. Some others I'd like to add on would be Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus. I was obsessed with those.
I've never read those before. My younger brother loved them, but
you need to get on that, dude. And then you can start watching the TV show as well. It's legendary, trust me. It's like,
I'll do that. Do a little review.
Incredible. And it also got me into like Greek mythology. Through that we learned so much about like the world around us.
I was just in Greece, and like my younger brother, he had so much information about like Greece and Greek mythology because of this, and I was so shocked. I was shocked because like how much books can teach us.
Absolutely.
Like you said.
And actually adding on to what I was saying about Percy Jackson, something so special about that series for so many like young children is the representation in there. All demigods essentially either have ADHD or dyslexia. And I feel like that connects with so many children all around the world.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
That's what I really find so special about it. You know, not even just in Percy Jackson, but in so many books, you see so much of yourself
100%.
in the books. That's what I absolutely love.
And I feel like it's helped my mental health in a way as well, because I'm like, oh, if I'm stressing about a test, stressing about an exam, or if I'm stressing about anything, I know Harry Potter is stressed about his potions exams too.
Yeah, it's not
and he got through it, I can do it too.
Absolutely.
Or when I was younger, it was these small things that just kept me going in a way.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I feel like that always made me feel like I can do anything. Like, if they can do it, so can I. And yeah, they really became my role models in life. Like, I remember on so many, like, you know, school leadership applications, they'd be like, who in the world would you most want to meet? And I'd be like, a book character. I remember I once said Draco Malfoy.
You had Draco Malfoy. Like,
I literally said Draco Malfoy. Because I was so intrigued by his character.
Yeah.
And his character arc and, you know, his full personality and how his past made him who he was today. And that just really intrigued me. And, well, I guess that kind of shows how big of a part books and their characters can have in our lives.
100%. I think, like, side note, even that's why I love historical fiction so much, because I feel like I learned about what would happen in the future based on the past.
Yes.
Like, I feel like I learned so much about the past, and that helped. I'm a big history kid, just side note. But I loved it because I feel like I could learn more about the future based on the past, if that makes any sense.
That's another thing that's so special about books, not just for, like, kids, but, like, for everyone in the whole world. You know, learning about the past so we can avoid the present mistakes. You know, learning about history.
Yeah.
So through, like, the documentation of that, we learn to, like, you know, not repeat those past mistakes.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Which is also so important just for humanity itself.
Yeah, 100%.
That's kind of part of the reason why I'm, like, so, like, against, you know, that banned book thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we should go down that rabbit hole right now, but I feel like that's
freedom
a
of
valid
expression,
thing too.
Right?
Yeah.
And also, like, you learn so much about so many different cultures. Okay, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, because I know I can, like, talk 100 years
We'll say
about
that for another episode.
Another episode. You guys are going to see a lot of me. But honestly, I'm not complaining.
What is an avid reader to you?
To me, an avid reader is someone who reads because they genuinely enjoy it. Like you and I. I mean, there's loads of other people in the world, but, you know, we read not because our humanities teacher is forcing us to, not because our parents, like, you have to read for your SAT, PSAT, I don't really know prep. We read because we love it so much. And avid readers read either because they find comfort, or maybe because they just love the feeling of finishing a book, and they love the feeling of being transformed to another world, like how I do. Avid readers read because they love to read. They don't read because they're forced to read. They don't read because they're forced to read, and they certainly don't read because to check something off their list. To check, oh, I read a book today.
Yeah.
That's not why they read. They read because they love it, and it's an interior feeling.
Yeah.
Why they love it so much.
What's the word? Interior motivation? No, forget it. There's a word I was thinking of.
Is psychology coming through?
Yes, sir. Okay. So, yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. They read off often. They have like really good consistency with it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm starting to realize being an avid reader doesn't mean you're constantly reading. Because honestly, like I've been realizing I don't read as much anymore, and it is so sad. But like with schoolwork and exams, SATs, I'm finding it so hard to find enough time to just pick up a book and read.
100%.
And not even that, there are also slumps, which is so natural for everyone. So I'm kind of trying to rethink what it means to be an avid reader.
I think, slumps are obviously a really big thing. I'm a competitive dancer, so I spend a lot of my time when I'm not studying dancing. Obviously, Ananya's a year older than me, so she has a lot more work than I do. I'm a sophomore, she's a junior.
But she's locked in with her dancing too. Like, not just academics, she dances. Girl's busy.
That's so sweet. But what I mean is that, like, between everything, I kind of find it hard sometimes to get a book in my hand. Because I'm running from dance to school, to, homework, community service, whatever. Sometimes it's really hard just to find that time to pick up a book and just to really spend that time reading. So I think holidays are a really great time for me. I read like 15 books this summer. I was like locked in. Like I know, like even when I love an avid reader means that when you love reading, you'll find the time for it.
But yeah, no, I completely get it. So actually, I did want to ask another thing. What makes someone lose interest in reading?
So, I think I briefly mentioned this earlier, but when I was 9, almost 10 when COVID hit, so it was a really long time ago, almost 6 years ago. When technology came into play, everyone kind of got distracted by this amazing piece of technology, which we weren't really that related to beforehand. People didn't necessarily want to read, so I found it hard between having a balance of spending time with them, but also I always wanted to read. That was always such a big thing for me.
Absolutely.
And I think a lot of people kind of found it hard because during COVID, they got so distracted, which is why I didn't read as much. Or like I mentioned earlier, that awkward age where there's not that many books for you to read.
Yes, no, that's so true. I feel like I went through it. My brother went through that as well. Like that one age, we were just like,
I did, yeah.
Wait, now what do we read? Like these books are way too mature for us, and these are a little bit too young. And I think I've read all the stuff that was meant for my age.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, what do I do now?
So that's also another struggle. What makes someone lose interest in reading? I was also thinking, books that don't connect with you. That's personally another thing for me. I feel like sometimes books, I'm just like, I'm not having this. And I just keep trying to read it, and then ultimately I'm like, no. And I don't get to another book. I just feel so stuck on that. I'm like, I have to finish this.
Is there an example of a book that you feel like that's happened to you with?
Gosh, let's see.
Like,
Fourth Wing. I am so sorry. That is so controversial.
I was about to say To Kill a Mockingbird. Because I feel like there's so many, like I read that in 8th grade for a project. I love my teacher, I love what he did with it, but the book just didn't resonate with me. I feel like, obviously there's a lot to learn from it, but it wasn't my style of keep her lusty, let's go and go through all of Sophie's, like all of her explorations and adventures. Like it wasn't, things like that, I feel like.
No, that's so true. I get that. Definitely, like, trying different genres can be a little bit tough as well. I know sometimes historical fiction did that to me. Like,
really?
Some are actually really good, but then certain ones I'm also kind of like, where's the action?
The opposite. I'm like that with romance books.
Like, I
I'm
feel
like, where's
sometimes
fantasy?
the fast-paced stuff, I can't always have, like, nonfiction. I really need that, like, fictional lens to it.
That makes sense.
For me to be engaged. So, yeah, basically books we can't connect to, books that aren't interesting, or, hello, slumps. The most obvious of them all.
That is a bit of an issue.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so another thing I wanted to kind of discuss is how does reading influence your mental health?
I think reading is such a positive impact and has such a positive impact on my mental health. There's something about reading which brings me to another life where I feel so happy. I feel, even if a piece of the book is sad, I feel like my emotions, I kind of detach from this real world that I live in with summatives, like tests, with, dance competitions, all these stressful things, and I focus just on Sophie's adventures, or I focus on, just like that one portion that kind of helps take my mind off kind of what's going on. Yeah. And I also feel like it helps me, reading helps me build a community with people. Like, I think I really connected with you through reading. It helps me build friendships as well.
As we said earlier, you see yourself in the characters.
100%.
That helps you, stay resilient. They get through their problems. You can get through them too. And that's happened to me multiple times. They slay the dragon, I can slay the test.
100%.
So, I mean, yeah, that's really special. What you said about community, that's also there. So I've seen it in like book clubs, whether it's at school, whether it's with you, whether it's with, friends. or just through bookstagram as well, I feel like finding a community of people who also can connect with you over them.
Yeah, and like finding
Amazing.
even finding Instagram channels to connect them, like Nameless Novels. Guys, go follow Nameless Novels.
Oh, guys.
Do you like my little advertisement?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate
that, guys. I wanted to just find a way to. Then, anyways, I just find that finding like bookstagrams or like YouTube, most importantly Nameless Novels, is a great way to keep updated on new books. And like a great way to just like get out of slumps almost in a way as well. So true. I found watching like videos of people like books that got me out of slumps.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I actually don't.
I'll send you a couple.
Thank you. I will need that.
Not that I've actually read any of them, but they feel motivated. The videos feel motivational.
Yeah.
It's like when you watch people clean and then you want to clean.
Room cleanup videos. Yeah, stress relief. I feel like you mentioned that earlier already. How it takes your mind off summatives and tests and whatnot, takes you to another world. I feel like that's just amazing. Like the escape.
Yeah.
It feels like a second home. No, it feels like home.
It feels like home.
I don't know how to explain it. And
it's a reader thing. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yes. And I don't know if it makes me sound like a kook, but
a kook. Oh, I thought you meant like have you watched Outer Banks?
No.
Okay, well it's like a.
I need to.
It's really good. You should watch it.
I'll watch it soon, guys.
It's very adventurous. It's very booky. I think that's why I liked it. It's very
I'm excited then. I need to start watching that. But yeah, it takes you to another world, and I don't know if it makes me sound a little bit crazy, but I feel like I make friends with the characters in the books.
No, I know what you mean. Like, I will go to Sophie for advice. I know you bring up Sophie, but she's such a key feature in my life.
I remember writing to Sophie, literally writing to Sophie in my diary. Like, I'm like such a diary girl. And I was inspired by Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Dork Diaries to start my diary. Like, that's literally how it started off. I had those cute little doodles.
Do you write about books and stuff as well? Like,
I actually do sometimes.
That's so cool.
I tried to start a book diary, but I was just not consistent with them. So now I kind of just have a notes app.
Okay, yeah.
I have a notes thing on Notes app where I just write down which book I've finished.
Yeah.
Just so I can see how many I read in a year. That really inspired me to start a journal, which I feel like has become such a huge part of my life as well. It just opened up the door to so many new experiences, which is another really important part of reading, I think. But yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, I did write to Sophie, guys. I did actually write to Sophie, just like she was saying. I remember doing that when I was 12. I remember I was struggling with something. I don't know what it was, but I was really sad for some reason. And yeah.
No, I was about to say that's it bringing out your inner Sophie, inner Hermione.
Exactly.
And then it has a sign on her desk I love. Sorry, I'm stealing it temporarily.
Wait, Harry Potter one.
Says she who must not be obeyed.
Wait, who must be
obeyed?
Guys, no,
sorry, I was crazy for a second, but I feel like it's so nice to have little bits of books in your life.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I have Harry Potter bookmarks.
If you check out Nameless Novels, there's a video which I did see today when I was stalking her account, see what I should prepare for, of her studying a Harry Potter robe. And I was like, that is so cool. I want to do that.
See, now that's me trying to connect with that part of me. I feel like I kind of lost that for some time. That imaginative, creative part of me that pretend I was in books. Yeah. I feel like I know I'm older now, but I feel like that's such a special part of me 100%. That I think is so important to keep in my life. Just to keep me sane, to keep things light and happy and fun and whimsy. We love that whimsy.
And there's those Harry Potter backgrounds you can use when you're studying and stuff. I don't, because I'm very I need to be quiet when I'm studying. During my free period, I'm but I've heard people use Harry Potter backgrounds like computers and noises and stuff, and that helps them study as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I definitely listen to Harry Potter music every now and then to focus. No, that one I literally start humming to. Wait, actually.
Do you have a little box?
It's broken. I forgot it's broken.
I was like, am I? Do you like my singing?
But essentially, yeah.
I to appreciate my beautiful singing.
Stunning.
That's why I'm a dancer, because I'm not a singer. Anyways,
but yeah, it's such a huge part of our lives. It gets incorporated everywhere. Where did we start with this full tangent?
I don't know. But what's so special about doing a podcast is you I feel like you just connect with your podcaster host.
Podcaster host.
And then you
learn so much about them.
Yeah.
I've learned so much about her already. Damn.
I don't know about her. I didn't know she was related to Sophie.
I did. That's actually crazy. But that's where we were. I literally wrote to her about my problems. I was like, how do you get through all the stuff you've gotten through?
I like a response. I like to send it off and get a response.
I wish we could do that.
I think we should petition.
Yeah, where's the real Sophie Foster, guys? Where is she? No, seriously. And then my last point was kind of just, being connected with, being understood, feeling seen. Oh my gosh.
100%.
I remember a book I read recently, I think I posted about this on my bookstagram already, was I Am Not Jessica Chen. And I feel like that one really connected with me so much. I felt so seen by that book. And I feel like that was just so special about it. That's basically like how it influences our mental health.
Yeah.
Keeps us stable, keeps us whimsy, creative.
I mean, like, Ananya and I a couple months ago, we hosted a book club for underprivileged children in our area.
Yes.
And the reason we did that is to influence, not to influence, but we tried to use books to help their mental health and teach them about mental health.
Yeah.
I think it's something really important as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Teaching other people about it, that's always so much fun.
Yeah.
We are so excited to do that more. We love that. I have one more thing I want to discuss. What is cool about being a reader?
I think the actual question is, what is uncool about being a reader?
Oh, damn.
Because, like, everything about being a reader is cool that I know. You learn to be empathetic.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like let's be real for a second. A lot of people I know who are mean, who are not bullies, like,
Aren't very nice.
Who aren't
not
very
empathetic.
nice, or not empathetic. These kids haven't had the experience of reading in their life. And it's a common thing I've established. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I've learned about, which is when you read, you learn empathy. You learn how to empathize with people. You learn about different people's point of view.
Readers are empaths, guys. We're cutting that.
You just really learn a new piece of information.
Yeah, not even like, nonfiction statistics,
Yeah.
facts. We learn EQ, not just IQ.
Yeah,
we learn
100%.
EQ. And that is so important. Like, just surviving in the world, taking
100%.
perspectives, understanding other people, solving conflict.
Like, we're both older sisters, and I think we also keep calm in a way because we have that, like, level-headed mindset because of the other books we read before. So back to being what is cool, or in this case, what is uncool about being a reader? Considering there's nothing uncool about being a reader.
Literally nothing.
And everything about being a reader is so cool. Empathy, which we just talked about. Community building. You learn just so much. IQ, EQ, you just learn everything. What else? Honestly, I think there's so much.
I have one. The academia aesthetic.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like
Carrying a book around with you.
it's such a vibe. It romanticizes your life so much. It's just so cute.
Yeah.
I always just feel so nice, walking around with like a book in my bag. I just feel like so put together. I'm like happy, There's just something about that.
On the way here, I was carrying like my Go-Yard slouch bag with like my little book inside, and I was like, that's the cutest little like with like my comfy clothes, and my Stanley, and my lip gloss. I mean, like, I just think that's cute.
No, absolutely.
There's something so cute about it.
There's just something about that, yeah. Light academia, dark academia.
I mean, like,
the music is like a full vibe that comes
it's been
with it.
made into an aesthetic. That just shows how cool it is. Like, if it wasn't cool, why would it be put into aesthetic?
Exactly.
Tell me.
And not even that, kind of related to this, or not. Cut! Cut, guys, forget what I just said. We have BookTok to thank for, like, how popular it got. Though I know that there are a lot of readers who, like, were readers before BookTok. Like, oh, now it's suddenly popular. People got bullied for that. For, like, reading. Like, it was not cool. But then suddenly, like, everyone started reading all of a sudden.
Yeah. It's like people have been glamorizing reading, which is so good because people decide to love reading. But it also means that people decide to also think that the only books that I can read, or the only books that are worth reading, are the ones that's talked about on social media. I mean, I'm like, there's so much more. There's so many more types of books, but like just no one knows about.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I feel like I've kind of fallen victim to that because I read a lot of the books that I see on social media now that are like hyped up. And I'm fearful of reading the books that aren't on there as much because I'm like, are those really going to be good? So I've definitely fallen victim to like the hype on social media.
I feel like recently, I mean, I don't really get many book videos, so the only way I really get this BookTok information is through nameless novels or other like that book creators.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of the books, I've started doing this thing where I go with my friends, like a couple of, most like a certain time a month, we'll go to the library and we'll just like look around, like peruse the section, and we'll just spend like a lunchtime in there just looking at all the books that are there. Because you learn so much about all these books that I didn't even know like existed, right? But they actually end up all being so good.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know they existed because I've been so like focused on reading like Shatter Me or reading like, I don't know, I want to read Powerlessness, that's really good, like a bunch of books like that. I haven't been focused on all the other books out there.
Back to like what's cool about it. Well, actually, I feel like we've really gone over this quite a bit.
Yeah.
Perspective taking, another way of living life, stepping into someone else's footsteps or shoes.
Yeah.
Stepping into someone else's shoes, not footsteps.
It's a bit
Oh,
strange.
it's scary.
I think also just the way authors learn, I feel like I learned so much about people through the way authors describe things. Like
Absolutely.
I just thought of a quote in line of stories, the beginning of the book. So there's these two characters, two twins, right? And the author goes, well, it's something along the lines of Alex Bailey, the two grades she always gets her A and occasionally a B, versus Connor Bailey gets a C and maybe occasionally a B, right? And just the way that authors use such clever things, such as their initials, to demonstrate such an important characteristic about them, I just think that's so amazing. And I find it so amazed by just how much you can learn about different types of writing as well through reading.
Yeah, absolutely. Building upon that, through like the perspective-taking lens, you know, Connor at the beginning, he's like portrayed as like a goofy guy. He's like not locked in.
Yeah.
Not a like well-built person.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about school much. But then you like kind of get a glimpse into who he is underneath that. Like he's strong, he's brave, he's an incredible brother, an incredible friend, moral.
Just has incredible values in general.
And through reading, we can kind of see below what we understand of people on the surface.
Reading also teaches you standards. Reading's taught me that a friend of mine needs to be loyal, kind, compassionate. I don't want a friend who's not going to be like that. And reading's taught me that there are friends out there like that.
That's so true. Actually, though, the shadow side for me is that reading has given me such high expectations.
That is true, though.
Especially with like, you know, like a future husband. In a future husband, for example, you know, you read about those all the time in books. And now my standards are so high. And that
I knew you were going to bring that up. I was like, should I bring that up or not? Because I knew you were going to bring that up.
I was going to bring that up. It needs to be addressed. My standards are so high. And that's because of books. It's kind of a problem. You know what? I feel like it also teaches us to have self-respect too.
100%.
We learn about people who weren't given like the respect that they deserve, and now we know that we deserve respect as well. Like everyone does, and we learn that through books. There's this one quote I wanted to bring up, based on perspective taking. Readers, the man who reads lives 1,000 lives, but the man who doesn't lives only one.
I love that. I love that a lot. I love that. I think it's so true. I think that demonstrates exactly what you've been saying. That's like literally what we've been talking about this whole time, right?
Big takeaway, guys.
Yeah, big
That's what you want to
takeaway.
remember. Oh, I have one con about being a reader. It can push back your bedtime
A lot?
I missed something. Whew. Okay, yes. How can reading be implemented into your life? Like, do you have any tips?
Watching book podcasts, watching like influencers.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, advertisement.
Reading during holidays is a big thing. Like, this summer I read so much, as I mentioned earlier, but also just reading before bed, reading, you know, I know you give a couple of ideas as well, but I feel like that's just my, join book clubs.
That can hold you accountable, for one. And it sets out like a set time for you to read and actually discuss a book.
Yeah.
Blocking out time,
Yeah.
having those accountability partners in place definitely helps. You said reading before bedtime, absolutely. The only con is, well, for me at least, it pushes back my bedtime a lot.
Yeah.
I just keep going and going and going. And unfortunately, I cannot keep doing that because, you know, but sleep is important, guys.
Yeah.
We need that. Actually, another thing we could also be doing is reading during our travel time. Whether you're on a train, on a bus. Bus is kind of hard.
I did that.
Train is
I did that when I was in
great for
London
reading.
this summer. I did do that.
Great.
And I got stuck on the tube. And I was like, my first time taking a tube myself, and I got stuck on the tube. So that was great. But it's okay, I had my book.
You had a book. It made everything better, right?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Now, I know a lot of people listen to like podcasts about books.
Yes.
Which can help them while they're working on audiobooks.
Bookish podcasts like this one. And then, you know, reading during travel time, also cute
It's so
and
cute.
aesthetic.
It's so
you feel
cute.
so mysterious. It's just such a mood. It feels great. And it's especially good for people who have really busy lives.
Yes.
I feel like I definitely need to do that more because I feel like life can get so chaotic and I just don't get that time to read.
Like, we're not telling you to go read on cars. Like, reading on planes is great. Don't read in cars.
That's probably
Don't
bad
do
for
that.
us.
Don't read in
But, you know,
cars.
trains.
Don't read on buses. That's it. Don't read on motorcycles. Any of y'all are gonna be on motorcycles, don't read. And on helicopters with those open side doors. Yeah, there's a couple. I forgot to mention there's a couple of exceptions.
Quite a few.
I'm before a dentist.
Actually, I was doing that a little while ago. Do you remember on that one junk boat?
Yeah,
I couldn't go in the water and I was just reading. But essentially, yeah, just find those small pockets of time in your day to read.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's before a dentist appointment, before school, waiting by the bus stop. finding all those little moments to get in your reading.
Yeah,
it's just so important, you know, for your overall well-being, for your mental health, for growing your brain, your perspective, self-development. Oh, yes. Back to like the slump thing. Don't force yourself to read a book you are just not enjoying.
Yes.
Please don't do that. That's like one of the biggest tips I have for if you're in a slump. You don't have to. No one's forcing you. It's okay to just cut it off right there. You just need to learn that it's okay to do that. I feel like I definitely need to learn to do that.
Me too.
It's okay to DNF a book. Move on to the next one. Do not finish.
Oh, okay. I
think that's what it stands for. Yeah, that's completely okay. I saw this one quote on Instagram that said, "Life is too short for boring chapters."
Agreed. 100% agreed.
So yeah, if you're not having it, you don't have to read it. Like it's okay.
Like, tell the book to get out.
Bye-bye. Some books aren't for everyone, and that's completely okay. We all need to understand that.
And we've seen that with like artista books as well, within the two of us.
Artista. Oh, like taste in books.
Taste of books. Yeah, taste of books.
Artista books. So I was like, what's an artista? Because yeah, reading should be fun. It's not something you should be forcing yourself into.
100%.
So yeah, have fun with it. Enjoy the vibes.
And it helps recharge my social battery.
Yeah.
What they just thought of.
Absolutely. Do you have any books people can get started with?
You'll see a little list here of our favorite, like some of our favorite starting books. These will be more for like young adult and teens kind of novels.
Those are some books you can get started with. So today we discussed why you should read, what makes it hard to read, the importance of being a reader,
how you can kind of get out of the slump.
Exactly.
So go start reading now.
Go read, guys. Pick up a book. For more book recommendations, check out nameless.novels on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today.
And thank you, Ananya, for having me. I really appreciate it.
I'm so happy to have you as my first guest on.
I loved it. I'm really, what's the word? I'm really proud of you for starting this.
Thank you.
I'm really honored to be your first guest.
See you guys for the next episode. Bye. Guys, how do you turn this off? Which is what makes an avid reader. Wait, no, that's not the topic. That's the wrong topic.
We're at your show story of how Americans lost their interest in reading.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so basically it's about how a 2-decade survey
Sorry, you're gonna hear a lot of this laugh. When you read, you learn empathy. You learn how to empathize with people. You learn that different people's point of view, right?
Readers are empaths. Whoa, sorry, wait.
We have one.
Un momento. I don't know what happened just there. I just need to... Sorry, guys.
No, but that's what's so real about a podcast. It's like so like...
crazy. We're empaths. Readers are empaths. Shoot, where was I?
Can we go 3, 2, 1, then we take a sip at the same time?
3, 2, 1.
Hello? Hello? I don't think it's recognized as your lip gloss.
Why isn't this working?